Hey guys, Mobile Geezer back again. And yes, as I told you, I've got the malware guy. As I told you last time, I had more malware articles and I was going to try to get them up in the next couple of days. So that was yesterday. So this one's been around since May 1st. So I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late of getting it to you. So once again, it's on Tom's Guide. So let's get to it.
Let's do this!
So as I said, this one came out May 1st, and it was written by Anthony Spadafora, who does most of these malware articles that we see from Tom's Guide, but it is different than the one I showed you yesterday. Well, it's spelled W-P-E-E-P-E-R. I'm going to assume the W is silent, so I'm going to call it Peeper. So, dangerous new Peeper Android malware adds a backdoor to your phone to steal your data. How to stay safe. New malware also uses compromised WordPress sites to hide its messages with hackers. Let's drop it into reader view, get rid of some of these ads. With so much sensitive personal and financial information on our phones these days, the last thing you'd want is for hackers to find a way to add a backdoor to your Android device. Well, a new Android malware strain does just that, and it lets hackers siphon off all sorts of valuable data. As reported by Bleeping Computer, a new Android backdoor malware named Peeper is currently making the rounds online. So far, it has been discovered on 2 unofficial app stores where it disguises itself as the Up to Down App Store, which, as you may have guessed, is another third-party app store for the best Android phones. According to a blog post from security researchers at Tencent's XLab, the Peeper malware has already managed to infect thousands of devices. At this time, though, little is known about the actual scale of the operation, as well as what exactly the hackers behind this malware are using all of the data it collects for. So nobody knows what they're doing with it. Due to its extensive set of advanced features, Peeper is certainly a new Android malware to keep an eye on. Here's everything you need to know about this new mobile threat, along with some tips and tricks on how you can stay safe from malicious apps containing malware. A backdoor to your digital life. It's very rare that one comes across a brand new malware strain, but Peeper appears to be just that after XLab's researchers analyzed inside a malicious app's APK file only to discover that it had 0 detections on virus total. Another thing that sets this malware apart from other strains is that it uses compromised WordPress sites to further hide communication between infected devices and the command and control C2 server operated by the hackers who created it. This may sound overly complicated, but it makes it harder for law enforcement to shut down the operation. Plus, disrupting the way in which data is exchanged between a single infected Android phone and the C2 server is also more difficult. Once the Peeper malware makes its way onto an Android phone, most likely through a side-loaded malicious app, it can then retrieve information about the infected device, gather a list of all apps installed on it, download arbitrary files, retrieve info about specific files and directories on the device, download files and execute them, update the malware, and even delete it outright to leave no trace it was ever there. Wow, that's a lot. We'll likely find more about the malware itself and what the hackers behind it are trying to achieve once more security researchers start looking into things. Until then, though, there are some steps you can take to avoid a Peeper infection. How to stay safe from Android malware. Now, we just went over this part in yesterday's article, so I'm just going to give you the little highlights here. So, of course, you know, in order to avoid coming down with a nasty malware infection on your Android phone, the first and simplest thing you can do is avoid side-loading apps altogether. So we know, don't side-load. From here, you're going to want to make sure that you have Google Play Protect enabled on your Android smartphone. And we also had that in yesterday's article, and I told you guys how to go into settings to make sure you have Play Protect enabled. So I'm going to finish up with the last paragraph. As long as people keep sideloading apps and using third-party app stores, hackers will likely continue using both app installation methods as a means to spread dangerous malware. This is why it's up to you to carefully scrutinize and check every app you install on your smartphone. It may be tedious to do, but this sure beats coming down with a nasty malware infection or letting hackers install a backdoor on your phone. So even though we don't know what these hackers are doing with this data, I wanted to alert you guys to it, and I guess we'll be hearing more about it. It sounds like the researchers will be looking into this one that much more. So, as always, comments are welcome. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you like my content, please share the videos with friends, family, or whomever you think might be interested. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I upload. And please hit the thumbs up, as it does help with the algorithm.
So there's one other thing.
We all do better when we love each other.
Yeah.